He told Joshua that. But we know whenever he speaks to any man in the text, he's speaking to all of us. On the most part, you have to keep it in context to your life. So Moshe cut 2 tablets of stone just like the originals. He got up early in the morning and climbed Mount Sinai as Yahuwah commanded him. A lot of folks cut themselves out the picture right there. I don't want nobody commanding me to do nothing. Even if they made me, I'm going to be the exception to the rule. I don't have to listen. I do what I choose. I do what I want. But there's a place for you. It's a place for those malfunctioning creations. It's called hell and the lake of fire. As Yahuwah commanded him, carrying the 2 tablets of stone. Yahuwah descended, this is the part I love. Yahuwah descended in the cloud and took his position there beside him. We could end the idea right there, or at least this part. This is the reward, the exceedingly great reward of those that follow the Most High's will for their lives, that know him and are obedient to his will, plan, and desire for their lives. Like we said, we're grateful that we know the truth, or that I know the truth. I'm grateful, and that you know the truth. You have to keep it personal. We have to keep it personal. We have to know that he comes every day and present himself to us, taking his position beside us. He's coming like, here I am. What's up with you today? Oh, I'm with you. Holloway presenting, or Holloway reporting. I keep forgetting what I say in the mornings when I get up. Holloway reporting, sir. Yeah, he's presenting himself to you, so you got to stand at attention. What is your will for me today? I'm serious about you. That's why you get up out of your bed at 3:30. Say, here I am, Pop. Say no more, I'm with you. Then this is what he's going to say to you. And this was just after our hard-headed people couldn't wait for Moshe to come back down off the mountain. They like, he must have got lost, killed off somewhere. Even after they saw all the wonderful works that the Most High had done right there before their eyes, it was like Moshe must have fell off the mountain. He must have slipped and fell off the mountain. So we need to make ourselves a God that we can serve, because we hadn't heard from him and Moshe. So they created the golden calf, like they saw up in Egypt, after the Most High had already destroyed every idol or every god of the Egyptians. Every one of them. Right before their eyes. But that wasn't enough for them. So we were talking about the exceedingly great reward. And like we said, this is where we're at here in this script. Right after they was hard-headed now, Yahuwah descended in the cloud and took up his position there beside him. And another text says he stood beside him. Another text says he came down in the cloud and presented himself to Moshe, and called out the name Yahuwah. Yahuwah passed in front of him and called out, Yahuwah, Yahuwah, a Elohim of mercy and grace, endlessly patient, so much love, so deeply true, loyal in love for 1,000 generations, forgiving iniquity, rebellion, and sin. He's a loving father, family. And yes, he will forgive you, but when you take it too far and keep trying his face, he's like, okay, you trying my face, I got you. Wear this one. He'll drop something on you so hard and horrible that it gets your attention. But we're going to see how that happens right after this. Still, he doesn't ignore sin. He holds sons and grandsons responsible for a father's sins to the 3rd and even 4th generation. And I wrote, because the fathers are not teaching the sons to obey Yahuwah's plan, will, and desire. No, I wrote, because the fathers are teaching the sons to disobey Yahuwah's plan, will, and desire. Even if it's not verbal, they're teaching them by their actions. And this is the final answer and or results to each and every one of our lives. No exceptions. So Robert, you mean this is the answer for everybody living and walking this earth? You about to give it to us? I am. Pardon me, let me take a sip of water. This is it. Yep. This is the secret key right here, family, and it's found in Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to an everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And what does contempt mean, Robert? The offense of being disobedient to or disrespectful of. Just like you have contempt for the courts. The judge say, nope, I hold you in contempt. Slap that gavel. Usually after that, he's throwing down a fine or some jail time. Because you went against the court. You were in offense to the court. The results for the disobedience who have been awakened from their deep slumber only to reject the truth of Yahuwah's word, which is our Strong's Greek dictionary word of the day. Strong's Greek word of the day, which he gave me at 448. And it's unmerciful, without mercy. Inexorable, which means without mercy. On the other hand, those that wake up to the truth and accept Yahuwah's salvation, Yahusha, can not only look forward to everlasting life, but also, as Genesis 21:22 says clearly, Yahuwah is with you in all that you do. And this is where we find ourselves, family. Hallelujah. But where are you today, family? Can you say that you're glad that you know, you're grateful that you know the truth personally? As we said, this is Yahusha. It's Yahuwah through Yahusha. Yahuwah sent his only son to die for you, to not only die, but to get beaten horribly beyond recognition. They say they whooped him so bad that they didn't know he was a man. He just looked like a big glob of flesh there, all cut up, tore up. They beat him down first, his face. They stomped him, kicked him, put their hands all over him so that he was unrecognizable. See, folks don't really tell the whole story about that beat down, but it was for you. So what are you going to do today? Can you say that truthfully and honestly in your heart, that you know the Most High, that you have accepted his son's sacrifice for you? See, that's why when he was in that garden, bleeding great drops of blood, he was trying to turn this thing over in him. He knew why he came. He knew what was facing him. He knew really, really well what he had to face. But he said, nevertheless. He said, Father, is there any other way that we can get this thing done besides what I'm facing here in the next few hours? And I'm sure just like the Most High does with me, Yahuwah does with me, he gets quiet. And you know the answer. Nevertheless. Pretty much saying, I wish I could have took that statement back, but I had to come to you as a son to a father, a loving father. But he also knew that the loving father needed him to do what he had to do so that he could bring man back to himself, his people back to himself. And then after that, whoever will. But he made a covenant with us, family, at the foot of that mountain. And we made the statement, whatever he say, we'll do. And that's why we're in the position we're in now. Because we gave our word. That's why the sins of the fathers are transferred to the sons and the grandsons. because